Hello, this is Clemens from AutoTonic, and in today's video I want to do some quick feature 101. And today I want to cover this pivot key switching, simply recall a bit what it is all about. So let's take for example this scenario. You have two various headers with two different scales, and when you can, by clicking on it, activate it or deactivate it. And once it's activated, then you can assign white keys. Pivot key switching means that you can, by playing on the white keys, actually toggle through the white keys, as we normally use the black keys, of course. But by playing white keys, you can toggle through various headers. For example, when we hold down the Alt modifier key on our computer keyboard, Alt, same for Windows as Mac, then we can assign, for example, this particular white note. As you can see now, it is highlighted in red, so it will, toggling once will learn it, or toggling again will unlearn it. But by holding down Alt, then we can have insight into what's assigned to this particular header, and then use, for example, this second header and assign this white key. You can also click with the mouse here. And you could also assign a pattern to it, so only when these three nodes simultaneously will be toggled, and not a particular single node. It does not trigger the header now, but only when, see, the exact combination that was assigned here, holding down Alt gives you always this insight, and only when using the exact combination, then this header will be toggled. But also, of course, when this header has assigned only one white key, then of course this combination, as soon as this one particular white key will be toggled, will become active as well. You can also always, by holding down the Alt modifier key on your computer keyboard, Alt clicking on this icon resets everything. So there is no more pivot key switching active, or also simply deactivate it here by clicking on the icon. So let's use this for a real life application example here. Let's assign this first header to this white key, and the second one to this. And yeah, simply let's try it out a bit. Okay, you can see, you can then, as soon as you always come across these white keys, automatically toggle the header. One important aspect note here, and that is, as you're hitting the white key, at the same time the header gets toggled. So that's a bit of a natural phenomenon or / effect that takes place here, that both signals at the same time reach the processing engine, and often or sometimes this this input node is not recognized as the new switching, and there comes handy now this delay feature. So often when using pivot key switching, and then it makes sense to enter some short delay. This is a value here that is, sorry, that just got disappeared here, and entering something like 11 milliseconds will do just fine. And that allows us now, I mean, if we would go crazy just to demonstrate the effect here, and enter something like 600 milliseconds, for example. And when we now hit the first white key, you can see instantly the header gets toggled, and the processing of the white key is delayed for 600 milliseconds. So that is something that you want to use, but only in unnoticeable short values, of course. Something like 11 milliseconds or 8 milliseconds, depending on your CPU power, etc., will do just fine to make it unnoticeable. But always make sure that the header toggling occurs really before the white key processing. And so you won't run into any issues where the header gets toggled after the processing of the white key. So that's basically that. Pivot key switching. And you could, of course, assign multiple headers to all sorts of various or combinations or toggles. And exactly. That's all what this is all about, and I wanted to quickly talk about today.